Emperor Elijah here. I explained the situation to some friends and they said I'm stupid. I'm going to ask you what your views are. I asked a taxi driver to take me to Portland, Port Antonio. He told me he knew the way and he was a careful driver. And so he requested a percentage of the payment, which I gave him. And he drove. I wasn't comfortable with the drive, but he drove. When I looked at the sign, when he stopped and said, we're at the destination, when I looked at the sign, it said halfway tree. I said, halfway tree? I said, I asked you to take me to Port Antonio. He said, all right. He'd make some adjustments. And so he drove. He asked me for some more of the money and I paid him. And he drove. I wasn't really paying attention. And I realized I was in Maypen. And I said, sir, you told me you know the way to Port Antonio. I said, yeah, all right. So he said, you know what? Enough. I changed the vehicle. Another driver told me he knew the way to Port Antonio. And he requested a percentage of the payment. So I gave him. And he drove me. He asked for some more money to purchase some food items and things, and I gave it to him. And he drove. And then when I realized I was in Falmouth, and I said, but you told me you say you know the way to Port Antonio. He said, a blunder. It's all right. He asked for a little bit more money. I gave it to him. He said he needed to put some gas in the vehicle, and I gave it to him. And he drove. And the next thing I found myself right back in Port Maria where I started off. I said, man, you play the fool with me, man. So I saw the other driver that I take before, and I said to him, look, you messed me up before. Can you take me to Port Antonio? I need to get to Port Antonio. He said, all right, no fooling around this time. And I gave him the money he asked for. And he drove. When I realized I was in Savannah Lamar, the man drove throughout the night, and when I realized I was in Savannah Lamar, I said, man, you're playing around. I mean, you messed me up before. And I said, no. He said, another chance. I said, no. He go and get me there. So I saw the previous driver, the second driver that I had taken, and that had reached Falmouth with me. And I said, okay. I'm giving you one more opportunity, because he said he'd do it this time. So I gave him the money he asked for, and he drove me. And where did I find myself? Manchester. Now by this, you must be saying I'm stupid. I don't know. Essentially, I was one frustrated person. And I didn't know what to do. I said, should I, go back to the other driver? People said I'm stupid. Maybe. In reality, our nation has played room for rent apply within when I skip out you running. And two political parties have had the nation like idiots for so long. Get the message? Yeah, for so long. You've been playing the nation and you shuffle your cabinet and you do all kinds of games with the nation. That's what's been happening. And the people are doing just what I did. Pay you for the work not done. Give you the best quality lifestyles. And what has happened to the nation. This is reality. This is no joke. And I hope you get the message. You all get the message that I'm sending out. This is disgraceful on the part of those who were selected to lead us and those who have sat down for so long allowing the same nonsense to prevail. Many won't like this story, I know that. Many will not like this story, but I'm sure it hits home. People, you've been played for a long time and you've been playing the fool. And you're going to go another election and do the same thing? Cabinet shuffle or whatever it is to fool you. I'm not into politics, into any divisive politics. Unite my people. It's time to harmonize. There's a national transformation initiative. And it's harmonization of the people, national healing and environmental and cultural approach. And truth be told, some individuals will never given a chance based on a perception, based on their demeanor or their credentials and all of that. But I can tell you, you've been brought to the edge of the precipice. And the nation is in a precarious state right now. And a transformation is needed. A turnaround is needed. I ask you to open your eyes. Be careful of your next decision. Justice, truth be ours forever. I'm Emperor Elijah Abeid, cazembe muata. Race restoring a clean environment. National healing and environmental and cultural approach. I'd love to speak to you, my people, in the nation's interest. I'd love to speak to you. Justice, truth be ours forever. My people, I'd like to speak to you in the nation's interest. For there's this thing that we must do in the nation's interest. For far too long we have been led by those who just don't care. And that's just why we're losing hope and filled with such despair. And now it's time to take a stand in the nation's interest. Let's all unite and heal our land in the nation's interest. Politics have all been tried in the nation's interest. But what's been done except divide? Not in the nation's interest. We show them true respect for all. We stir response to duty call. We ensure we rise and never fall in the nation's interest. We'll toil from dawn till setting sun in the nation's interest. The tools of progress, not the gun, in the nation's interest. And know the journey has begun. Let's all arise and stand as one. It can, it will, it must be done in the nation's interest. I close with love to you, my friends, in the nation's interest. It's just a start, it's not the end, in the nation's interest. Let's get it done. Have a safe and productive day. And ensure you show TRFA, true respect for all, as in our motto, or in our anthem, TRFA, true respect for all. Justice, truth be ours forever, Jamaica land we love.